Hello, guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Street Prophet, and today we're going to talk about something different. As I told you before in the previous video, that our channel will be talking about stories that shape our lives, stories that mean a lot. Because there's some stories that people don't talk about, stories that feel as if they're taboo, stories that are too hard even to decipher. But here we are going to talk about the whys, we're going to talk about the hows, the do's and the don'ts. Otherwise, feel free and just enjoy. And these stories actually, some of them have a very personal touch. And I just want you guys to subscribe, like, and share this video. And it will really support our new channel. Otherwise, guys, feel free and thank you so much. Welcome. Now, today's story happened in 2007 in one of the countries in South America. Now, guys, I know you understand the life of a priest. A priest will always stay with the community. He's going to offer guidance, he's going to offer help, mostly through different aspects of life, sometimes spiritually, sometimes even emotionally. And many people trust the priest to carry this burden for them. And sometimes they have so many questions like, why? You understand? Now, on this particular day, there is this priest, and he was praying. And on that particular day, the prayer that he was praying felt like a weight. He could not carry alone. You see, he's a priest, and his faith has always been his anchor. But on that day, that anchor felt like it was slipping through his fingers. The prayer was too much for him. He was feeling so much pain. He was so sad, and he kept asking God the same questions over and over again. And that question was, why? The priest was praying, and this particular prayer was for a lady called Jessica. And Jessica has been faithfully coming to the church for the past 5 years. And every time she comes to the church, she was also praying for one thing. She was desperately praying for just one thing. Now, Jessica wanted a child. That is why she always came to church and prayed for the same thing for the past 5 years. And every time she came to the church, she always consulted with the priest, and the priest would come and pray with her. And now, Jessica felt like the whole world was rushing and she needed something to slow it down. What I'm saying is this: Jessica had a past that was brutal and unforgiving. And when I talk about this thing, she's a victim of an assault. To be specific, sexual assault. Now, the people that assaulted her, they were 4 men. And 2 of those guys were her cousins. So Jessica was in pain. Her pain was too much. Every single day, she felt like she didn't deserve to live. Because this thing happened when she was 16. And even after all those years, she just gave life another chance. She got married. And she got married to a very nice guy. His name was Collins. And Collins took her the way she was. He did not judge. He did not say anything negative about her. In fact, he supported her in so many ways. All right? But now they had a problem. Jessica wanted a child. But her life felt like crushed, shattered. All hopes and dreams are dead. And this is why she always came to the church to pray for a son. And every single day, she would come to the church, even when the priest was not there, cry on the pulpit, looking up to the crucifix, asking God so many questions like, God, why is my life like this? Why don't you give me another chance? Why don't you give me a child? These are the prayers that she was giving out to God. And When she kept thinking about the past, she felt like a failure. She felt like the whole world was there to fight against her. But now the priest tried to support her. Also, Collins was there. He tried his level best to show this lady that no matter what we pass through, things are gonna be okay. For 5 years, Jessica prayed. Every Sunday, her voice joining with the voice of the priest. They were pleading for a miracle. And eventually, it happened. That was a miracle. A pregnancy, a beacon of joy that filled that very church with light. Everyone in that church celebrated. And it was one of those moments that just are filtered with magic. Because after all those years, after praying, after giving all her best, God had answered her prayer. So it was a joyful moment for everyone in that community. No, people were so happy. Everyone was extremely happy, and even the priest, he had something to say. And this is exactly what he said.
I won't lie, a part of me envied their happiness. Here I was, a man sworn to a different path, and they had been blessed with the gift I could never have. But my envy was a fleeting thing, replaced by a profound joy for them.
Because actually, thinking about this thing, even I myself, I feel so happy because these are the people that have been fighting, always praying, crying, begging, pleading God for a miracle. And at last it has happened. And the baby was so good. You see? And everything was happening the best way it could be. And it was an amazing moment. But I don't know. I don't know why things happen the way they happen. I actually don't. You see, like everything else, joy is fleeting. There arose complication during childbirth. They gave birth to a son called Albert. Albert, with the promise of a full life, was born very weak. The life of Jessica came crumbling down. This was everything to her. She had prayed for this, and every single day, this was what she wanted. And this happened. It is very sad to even imagine it because the pain in itself, you cannot even start to comprehend. Very sad. Now, after all that, she came back to the church only once. And after that, her eyes were hollow, the spark of that faith extinguished. Why? She asked. Her voice was choking with despair. She kept asking God the same thing. Why would God offer hope only to snatch it away? Why would God be so hard on them? These are the questions that she kept asking, to a point that everyone in that community could not say a thing. Even the pastor on that particular Sunday did not say a word. Everyone was silent. Everyone was in pain. Why? Why would God offer this, then take it away? What is the logic behind it? The priest had prayed with her for so long. Every single day they were praying, they were pleading to God. And then this happened. Where will they get the strength to even continue praying? And to be honest, this is where the priest started questioning his faith. He kept asking the same question that Jessica asked. Why? You see, only 1 week passed and Jessica came to the church. And at that moment, she had reached a point of no return. The priest came to the church, and what he found was devastating and completely broke him to pieces. Jessica had taken her own life. She was hanging from the crucifix at the pulpit. This was so much painful, and nobody would even think of what kind of pain that was. She was gone. Nobody was believing it. She had passed on. She ended her own life. And the weight of her loss, the shattering of her dreams became too much to bear to the whole congregation. You see, the priest was fearing for Collins, Jessica's husband. His sanity hung by a thread. The love of his life ripped away. How would you ever explain something like that to anyone? This is a broken family. How would you even ask questions? What will you even ask? Now, these are the questions that are too much for the human mind or the human heart to think of. You see, I personally, I am a believer. I believe in God. And it reaches to a point that I myself also has so many questions about my life. Sometimes I ask God, like, why? Why is something happening? Why do I need to do this? You see, and it reaches to a point that you're pushed towards the wall that you don't even know what you're supposed to say, because your heart has been crushed into a crumble of hopelessness. Your mind has been broken completely into nothingness. You do not know what to do. You do not know what to say. You feel like your world should not even exist. We keep asking so many questions. And today, I also want to ask you guys, and then you can give me your answers in the comment section. Like, why? We keep praying to God, asking for help. But the help that we get is either non-existence or too painful for any human mind to comprehend. And I keep asking myself one last question. In whose name should we call for help? In whose name? Bibi alipoteza mtoto, maisha yakamshinda, namwona jua likizama, nina wasiwasi moyoni.